Hello everyone and welcome back to the MineBuilders, and welcome to a tutorial which you probably were waiting for a long time. Yeah, since I've built the storage system in the bunker. Yeah, that's what I'm going to show you today, which you've probably also seen in the thumbnail or in the title of the video. And yeah, I tried it out once to pre-build it for you, but yeah, it wasn't really good, so I'm remaking it at the moment. I'm remaking it again, and yeah, I started making a time lapse because I'm making a video for how we make our videos. So I then can make a time lapse out of it. So, but let's start building this thing. So first of all, these are all the resources which you need to build the system if you're in survival. But I wouldn't suggest to build such an enormous storage system for a survival mode. In survival mode, you can totally, but it's a little bit useless. In creative, it's okay because you can stack it through with WordLit or something like that. So you will need around 100 building blocks, normal building blocks. If you're playing in survival mode, just use some scaffolding or slime blocks. Here you can use slime blocks. And yeah, then 29 redstone dust, 19 redstone repeater, 4 comparator, 1 block of redstone, 1 dropper, 3 droppers, 3 normal pistons, important normal pistons, 1 sand, 8 redstone torches, a whole lot of ice. Yeah, and for each model you need, I think it's around 12. No, it is 18. That's what you definitely need. I would suggest to have a whole lot of ice, a sort of ice. It doesn't have to be blue ice, but I suggest to have it to be blue ice. And you need some light sources because otherwise the system will be very laggy because of lighting updates, etc. And I haven't made a specific amount of hoppers and chests because it depends on how big you want your system to be. So there are many hoppers. Probably it's a huge amount of hoppers which you will use. That's to say also you will need 2 buckets of water. No, actually it's 3 buckets of water, and some signs or not fences. I wouldn't suggest to use fences. Structure void is a very good option if you're in creative mode, and yeah, something which holds back the water but lets the item traveling through, like slabs and stairs do. But I suggest to use slabs or signs, or even in creative structure void, which I've used here. But how do you get structure voids? So you go to your chat and type in /gif your player name, and then you press in structure, and then you press 2 times tap, and then enter. And then you get your structure void block. And it hasn't any texture. It's such a small thing, but it's very useful for building such structures like that. I've used this also in the bunker. And yeah, now let's start building this thing. So first of all, you will need a platform which is 4. That's 5, which is 4 times 11 blocks. 1 more, and 4 blocks wide. And then you can go back. I would suggest you to make a distance between these models of 2 each side. So this means that your system is has this size, one module. Then you go at the back and place in a line of blocks, 6 blocks in a row. On top of them, you place redstone dust. You place in front of them, you place a repeater, 2 blocks of redstone dust, one more repeater, and then you will have to place a sticky piston facing up, pistons facing upwards. Then you will need sand or concrete powder, a falling block. This is I think it's a falling edge monostable circuit. No, it's a lock system actually. Then you go, then from this block you will need to place 2 blocks, and on top of them you will have to place a repeater facing into this sand block, which will then be pushed up by the sticky piston if the signal down here gets activated, and then this thing will be pushed up. And then you will have to place a repeater facing away from it, and then I can deactivate the system here. Then this will have to face into a block. On top of this block is a torch. On top of it is a block, and on top of it is a torch. From there you have to go out 6 blocks, and then 1 block down, like that. And here you have to place 3 blocks. On top of it, place a comparator next to the torch. Place in front of it a repeater, turn around, and place another repeater facing in the other direction. Place in front of this repeater, place redstone dust, and then place 2 redstone dust here, and redstone dust here. You have to go out 2 blocks, drop it 1 down, and put the repeater on top of it, and then put a dropper facing downwards. Then, what should we build next? You can build whatever you want. It doesn't matter in which order you build it. It does work either way. Then you will need to build a torch tower. So it means a block on top of it, a torch, and again a block on top of it. And then you have to place a torch in front of the block, which should switch off and make a short pulse to the repeater, which doesn't destroy anything. Then in front of the front of this torch, next to the piston here, you have to place 2 repeaters. Yeah, it has to be repeaters, otherwise it won't work. Then you have to place the block and the torch, so this thing there will switch on. And here you have to place a redstone. Then here you have to place a block, a piston, and now important, remove this block. Then you have to place on the other side a piston facing the other way, and then you can place in the redstone block. So this torch should have switched off, and this comparator should have also switched off. What am I talking? And from here you can build out a line of blocks on top until the end of this module here. Go out until 3 blocks in one direction, 2 blocks in the other direction, and place redstone dust on top of it, except the last block. There you have to place a repeater. Then here place also a repeater. Here you can place normal redstone. You can make it like that, but here you have to place a repeater. I build it like that because I'm using creative mode, so I have infinite redstone, etc. Here you have to place the block, and then you go out 2 blocks with redstone, and from here you have to place a repeater, and then a block, a redstone dust on top of it, another block in front of it, and a repeater facing away from it. Place a block in front of the repeater, place a block here, place a repeater on top of it, and I think here you shouldn't place redstone dust because it would lock the hopper next to it. From here you have to go to the observer, put 2 blocks on top of each other, 2 dropper on top of each other, and that's everything for this part of the system. Then you have to go here, place blocks like that, the 2 blocks here, 1 block on here, and then a block here. Then you have to place a redstone dust, then block off the redstone dust here, and place a comparator. Place in this gap which you have built here, place in a repeater, place in front of it, place a torch, and now you can place a block here, place a dropper there, or it can also face into the comparator. Just use shift and spacebar if you're in a Java and you're flying, or just press shift if you're in survival mode. Then build a hopper at the dropper and 2 blocks back. And so this is finished. And now the main part of the system is finished. Now you need your ice and build a line of ice here, a lane of ice here, and ice here, and ice here. Then you can block off it with any block you want, it doesn't matter. You can either use normal building blocks, glass, barriers, it really doesn't matter. Then you will need to block off the water here, place another line of blocks here, and at the front you have to place another transparent block, a block which the item can travel through, but the water isn't able to. Then place water here and here, and the main part of the system is now finished. Congratulations! So to build up your main storage system, just there it has 2 options. There's the faster and the bigger storage system, which I will build. The other one just let one of those hopper lines away, and you have those. Then you can save many resources. And how far you go back here, it doesn't matter how far you go back. It's your opinion. So you can design it good. Then you will need a chest. You need many chests. Then you will need your chests. A nicer chest to put it like that. Chests. And here it's a quick reminder to make a double chest. Either if you don't have to press shift, you can place it normally. But if you have to press shift, you cannot place it here. The chest won't connect. You have to look at the chest and press, then right click, or with which key ever you will place the blocks. And again, here I made a mistake, and so from here I would suggest to make at least 3 or 4 of those modules like that, and then I would suggest to make it like that. Then place a chest on top of it, make a hopper facing into it, and then another chest, and so on. I will build it up to as far as I think, and the same you have to do on the other side, and so your system can. And then we continue to build the system if you're finished with it. So if you have done that, then look that at the end the hoppers aren't here, but then place just another block layer on top of it, or remove one, so the chests will look like that. Then you can place hoppers, then you can go out like that, or you can either go a little bit up. This you can decide by yourself. Go some blocks out. You can save some space on hoppers if you do it like that. Then you have to go out 1 block on the side, on this side. Then you can place 2 hoppers in front of it, or yeah, two. You should place two, and then it goes to building up. The item filters up here. So we'll need your building blocks. You will have to place a comparator here, and yeah, if you're building the system with less that space, just you do not have one of those ones, and you do not have to do the splitting here. This has the reason that if those hoppers will be filled up very high, then the other hopper would be unlocked because signal strength has reached here too, and so this block here would be powered with 1 and the repeater will detect it, and so the system could break. So I decided to do it like that because sometimes the storage systems are, most of the time, they're really overflown with items, and just build a structure like that. And then on both of those lines at the front here, you have to place a strip of redstone, 2 redstone, in the middle here, 2 repeater, and a redstone torch here and here. So I quickly have to look at it. I don't have to have forgotten the torch. I do not have forgotten it. Then there are 2 ways of making this. The one way is to put those droppers on the face of those comparators, or put it another way around. This depends on what you want to do, but they cannot they shouldn't face down. And then again, we will need ice, etc. And then build it out 1 block here and 2 blocks on this side. Then place some blocks around it. You can also cover those lines with blocks, and that's also okay. Then block off the first one here and put in water, and yeah, do not forget to block it up here. It wouldn't destroy anything unless you do have something down there, because I made it 1 block above the ground, so it doesn't destroy anything. So, and that's, yeah, then you can decorate, then you can make the system look very cool, or you can design your system. It's not so difficult. I won't do this because it's not important. So, and now I will show you how you can make the system. You can set the system up correctly. You will need to have 1 block, a huge amount of those blocks. Then I would suggest you to take an anvil and just rename this block with something. Just press some keys on your keyboard, and then it's fine. Then you're fine. And then put them in here and lock all of those slots. The same in here, and then you decide which item you will which you want to take as to be stored here. As a demonstration, I will take whatever, dirt, and then these 2 filters up here have to be filled. The first slot with 1 stack of those blocks which you want to filter, and then you have to take another stack, or better 2 stacks of them. Take an anvil again. I don't know why I have destroyed it. Then put it here and just rename the item with something you know. Probably it's not dirt, but I don't know. Something. Take it out. I won't rename, and rename another stack of those blocks with the same name. I won't do that. I'm in creative, so I can fill my whole inventory with it. So it doesn't matter. It's not makes no difference. the dirt you shouldn't use. Normal items. I do not have to fill my inventory, but yeah. Then just go down here and take the first slot and put 1 stack in it. So I will take 1 stack for me, and the rest I will delete. And then the receiving station we will build. Now that's this system back here, it's way easier. Yeah, I'll store this here. That's what you will need for this system. It's 48 building blocks, 16 redstone dust, 7 repeaters, 5 comparators, 3 droppers, 7 torches, 8 hoppers, and a whole lot of blue ice. 2 signs, a bucket of water, and your keycard item which you have created for your there before. So to start off, I take again the same color as here. I take orange again, and you should start laying out the ground. It's 5 times 5 blocks. And then I hope I've made it correctly. Yeah, I'm correct. So then we start up here with building up the item filters. 2 again, and you will need your redstone inventory and all those repeaters and stuff like that. You make 2 item filters. Nope, not here, but here you have to place them. Then you will have to make a filter. Up. Yeah, that's the same what I'm doing now. I have forgotten that I have to build up this thing here. You place 2 droppers on top of each other, and then it depends on which direction your system works. If it works from here and the items flow from there to there, you have to place the hopper here, and if it works the other way around, then you have to place it here. I will build it like that, and then you have to mirror everything else. So it's then you have to mirror everything. It's not difficult, but it takes its time, because here, yeah, you know what? I build it the other way around because I've made this already there like that. So because I will give you the world download, you can see both of them. Good. Here, you can, on the other side, you can build out a line of hoppers, and which you can connect up with your system. It should be a straight line flowing out of it. So like that, it's perfect. Yeah, before I made a mistake, so I have had to cut it out. From here, from this dropper here, you will have to build up 2 blocks here, then go around this pile of hoppers, place 1 block here, and the rest will be built on the floor, like that. Then you have to build up a pulse shortener, like this. Just throw something into the hopper there, and then build a block here, a repeater or a redstone dust here. I build a repeater. I will take a repeater, and then coming out from this here, from the one which has the lane of hoppers, you build back it. You build a redstone torch. Then you build 3 blocks out, 2 blocks here, and a comparator post extender like that, and 2 blocks of redstone dust here, 1 torch. Everything should have fired. Then you have built everything right. Here you build a torch and a redstone repeater, a block, a torch, and 2 redstone dust, a repeater, a block next to it, a redstone torch, on top of it a normal block. Then you have to build 2 blocks here, place a repeater here and make that. And so the only thing what's left to do is to build the rest of those. Ice Street here. Yeah, it's called Ice Street actually. And this is what you have built in the lane which is connected up to your system, which is connected up to this line of ice line here. This will then be this will then go further and connect up. Yeah, you have to put it one block up, or this other system one block down. This up you can bring your items with a soul sand elevator. This will then be connected to each other, and or to this system here. And then you have to place. Better is when you go out one block out and place here something which holds the water back. Then you place a bucket of water there, and the water should flow out. To set this thing up, where you have built your lane of blocks, you put the blocks which again take your filter item which you have made before, and take what you have wanted to use, and which item should be filtered, which item the system needs there, and the key card which is for the storage system. Not here, go here. Then on that one with the lane of blocks, hoppers out, you put in 4 of those key cards of those lock items, and then you put a stack of your item which you want to use, and on the other one you'd put in 4 of them and one stack of your filter keycard. And it shouldn't go out because there is no need for it. Again, yeah, and now it should go down because the system has detected, oh, I do need more of those items which I have, which I would like to, which I need, and so the key cards can arrive. Otherwise, they will fly through. Oh yeah, I should test it. Actually, if it's locked, I have to lock it. So the items, the keycards should go through. No, yeah, I've forgotten something. You have to put a redstone dust on top of here, so this hopper will get locked. Actually, I should have removed this. And it doesn't matter. Either way. And then the only thing what's left to do is to go back to your storage system and build the last technique, which is which gets the signal every 5. You have to connect this here with the next storage system part, and then you have to connect this up with a 5 minutes timer, for which you build like that, which I will show you now. Build a block here. On top of it, you will build a pressure plate. Heading out from it, you need a repeater, then a line of block, torch on top of it, and like that. No, not like that, like that. And then you place a dropper here, and then you surround this whole thing with blocks that no items can fall out. And then you have to connect this up with a station which we have built back there. So this can get its items connected up like that, and then you connect it up with the system there, and make the last block here and close it up. And then every 5 minutes, this torch will go on once, and I hope I have made it. Now you have to connect this up with the upper layer. I'm such an idiot. Just go one block and then connect it up. The system would fire, and there will be shot out one item of your indicator item, And if this thing comes back, which I can demonstrate now, then the system would switch off, and there won't be any items dispensed. And then you have to know how long it takes an item to get through. Then you can make it with a comparator clock, with a huge comparator post extender, something like that. Or on the other hand, you can build an hopper timer, 2 hoppers facing into each other. I think it's etho design. I don't know, not 100% certain. Then you place a comparator here or here, and a block on top of it. Here block, a comparator. No, not a comparator. Here not. You place the piston here, a redstone dust bucket. Here, a piston, redstone dust, and a block of redstone here. And then you fill this up with maximum 64 blocks of 5 times 64 blocks. And then it takes the time which 10 stacks of items take to go from here to here and back from here to here. And then you connect it up to, this will be started when this pulse back here gets fired once. Either you can make it here and connect it to here. You can choose which one you would take. And then if those things go out, switch off, the best way to take it out of the comparator is like that. Put it up 1 block, go with a torch tower up, and 1 block here, then go back and connect up to the lower line. If this one time you have to connect it to the lower line, it's a little bit complicated to connect it. Then you have to connect up to this line here, and if this thing hasn't received every item, the system would turn on. And if this is switched off again, here it's a little bit more difficult to connect it, because you have to build it like that, and then no, not like that. You have to build a pulse shortener, because sometimes this can be switched on for a very long time. But this would be switched on for something like 5 minutes. Then you go up, then you connect it just up with this thing here, and then you only have to fill up this thing with an item. And if there wouldn't, oh no, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. You have to connect up with lower. I made it again wrong. Wrong again. Such a stupid idiot. Then you have to connect it up with the lower one, and if this thing goes back, the item comes back, the system switches off, and it stops bringing out the items, and every item will come back and will be shot back up into the storage system, which you have to connect up like that, and then put it into a bubble elevator, which goes up to the top. Then just connect it up to the system, and everything is fine. So I hope you have learned something from this tutorial. I hope you can use this system in your own bases. Leave a like if you have enjoyed it, and support us via Patreon, where you can get earlier versions, not for this one, because you will get this instantly as soon as this video comes out. But yeah, like the bunker, you will get an earlier version of it if you're a Patreon member. And yeah, tell other people if you enjoyed this video and if you think we make good content. And subscribe to our channel to be notified about our newest videos. To subscribe to the Wargamers channel, our German channel, which a link is on our channel. So thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next episode. Yeah, in the next episode. Goodbye.